Okay. All right. We're finally connected.
Are we live?
We're live.
Well, that's good.
I guess we can stop yakking then,
Yeah,
can't
it
we?
was kind of a delay there. I'm hoping that the hey everybody, I'm hoping that the connection works tonight. So chime in, let us know what you think on your end. Last week we were in California and the connection we thought was pretty good. So we're back in the desert. We're kind of hoping that the
Lewis from Copperas Cove, Texas.
Copper's Cove.
Copper's Cove, Texas. Lewis? Is that what you said, Lewis?
Sure sorry about all the weather that's going on out across the country.
Yeah, that's
It's
right.
I was
Tornadoes.
watching TV about all the flooding in Arkansas and all the stuff that's going on.
Missouri,
I
Oklahoma.
really feel for those
Ryan's
people.
here.
All the tornadoes through Texas and Oklahoma. And
Yeah,
Pennsylvania,
Yeah,
Ontario,
crazy.
New York,
the Arkansas
Crazy.
River is 40 feet above flood.
It's crazy.
Brunswick, Canada,
Yeah, yeah.
Ohio, Kentucky.
Well, happy Friday night, everyone. Hope you guys are
Yeah,
having a
people-
great week.
People coming in from all those places already. Ah, outstanding.
Great. So
Tennessee, Maryland, Michigan, Texas.
we got like a information packed video for you tonight. We've got a lot of stuff to go over. So I want to jump right into it. So we have plenty of time for Q&A. First thing is, I had some really great success stories that I heard this week. Steve and Mary Nasby had, they did out at the little campground that they went to. They had a little, I think a little craft fair out there, and they did $1,200 in a day.
No kidding.
Yeah, just freaking crushed it.
Miss Amy's here.
Miss Amy?
Your daughter-in-law.
Hi, Aim. Anyway, yeah, they had a $1,200 day. Amazing. And they a bunch of peripheral stuff outside that they think is going to turn into business.
That's outstanding.
Just
That is
amazing.
It's
Amazing.
just phenomenal what the people that have learned a little bit from us and have taken it out on their own and they're just, crushing it like that.
Yeah.
It just
So
makes
cool.
me so proud to be connected with
It's
you.
so cool. So cool. And then I got a call today from Brad.
Diana's on.
Brad and Diana over in Australia, and Brad is now full-time. He actually walked away from his job. I'm just so excited for him. We talked for, I think we talked for a half hour at least. So, Brad, congratulations, my friend. I know you're gonna kill it over there. I know you're gonna do well. So I love to hear the success stories. So you guys, if you have success stories, definitely share them with me. Email us or comment on the channel, whatever. I'd love to hear the success stories.
Yeah, I sit and watch.
share it.
I sit and watch TV and see all these people in Australia going out and finding these big gold nuggets, and I think, God, I'd like to do that. And people over there watch us carve signs, and they say, "Gee, I think I can do that."
Yeah,
It's amazing.
pretty crazy. So keep sending us success stories. I want to share. Talking of success stories, I am wearing my Eddie Gallagher shirt that Vicky bought for me a few months ago. Eddie Gallagher, if you don't know, is a Navy SEAL that just got released today. A judge let him out of custody, and we don't know whether he's going to go on trial, but he's accused of some pretty bad stuff, but he's still military, Navy SEAL, and I support the military. We all do support the military 100%.
Well,
So-
and he's a decorated veteran, and what he was accused of, he's innocent until proven guilty. And I
Yeah.
don't think. I think if it goes to trial, I don't think they'll convict him. He's not that kind of guy. That's
just doesn't sound right. Anyway,
No.
but I know the prosecution did some crazy stuff. And anyway, so he's released, and so you won't see this, Eddie. But congratulations! I'm glad you're out, and I wish you the best. So I want to go over a little bit about the Wednesday's video and the pinch dogs. You guys saw me laminate this board using the pinch dogs rather than using clamps. And this is the board I laminated on, and you can see it's got the marks in there. And this was kind of a wanky board. It has a little bit of a twist and stuff to it. But those pinch dogs, man, those things work good. In case you guys don't know what they are, this is what a pinch dog is. And because it's got that taper, as you tap that in, it pulls those. It took me a while to kind of figure out how it works, but as you pound this in, because this is squared here, and because that's tapered, as you pound that in, it squeezes that joint together. And man, it works great. It really, really worked good.
The really amazing thing is these have been around
Yep.
for years,
Oh.
and we just more or less discovered them just a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
As to how good they are. They're just phenomenal.
Yeah, I know. I've had a lot of comments on the channel that said they've been around since even the 50s or before.
Yeah,
you
they've
know,
been-
I think they've been around as long as woodworking, just about.
Well, I think they started back in the big lumber mill days. They used to use those on big logs and big, huge timbers and stuff. And I think that's where they started with them, to holding logs and stuff together. So
And
I
I actually saw the other day. I saw a video where a guy was making some big arches. They were big flat on a table, and he actually used them. He had an arch here and an arch here. He actually used it this way to pull that joint together, not just on the edge,
Yeah.
but on the surface. And you guys go and search pinch dog on,
I'm
YouTube,
really
you'll see it.
surprised that it took me that long to discover these things.
I never knew
They've been-
anything until you told me
Yeah,
about it.
because they've been
Yeah.
around for so long, and then I saw them.
Yeah.
And I saw them used on a YouTube video.
Yeah.
And I I went on Amazon, found them, sent away for them.
And
And it's just phenomenal that they've been around for that long, and I didn't know about them.
and wood clamps are super expensive. I mean, compared to these things. So anyway, I'm super high on these pinch dogs. If you guys don't have some, you ought to get some. So that is that. An announcement we want to make: the class in September still going on. The last weekend in September, I think. Can't remember the date right now. Seems like it's the 26th or something like that. But anyway. So if you guys are signed up for the class and you haven't got your deposit in, the end of June, so about a month from now, is when you need to have your deposit in. So that's from the boss lady. She wanted me to make that announcement. Monday's video, I'm starting a brand new project. So it'll be at least 3 videos, maybe more. I'm not sure. I'm about halfway through right now. But it'll definitely be Mondays, Wednesdays, and probably the following Monday's videos. So far, I'm really happy with the way it's coming out. So you guys will see the first video on that on Monday. In the meantime, the template of the month, we wanted to share
Yes,
that.
you are, Frank. Frank says I'm paid in full. Yes, you are.
Frank is coming for sure. So the template of the month is a little owl. Vicky found this. Just thought it was really cool. So I carved one inset and I carved one outset. So that gives you an idea of what they look like. I think I used I used the profile bit on the whole thing. I believe I did. Yeah, profile bit.
It's
But
so cute.
yeah, it really came out cool. I really like it. So I think I like the inset one a little bit better than the outset one, but that gives you an idea of how it looks. Super easy to lay out. Yeah, really, really cool. So that's the template of the month. So you premium members will be getting that. That's on the website now. Vicky is right on top of it, so it's on the website. The other thing is the new template set. We just added a new template set. What are you calling this set?
Just my cocktail set.
This is another board, by the way, that I put together. I laminated with the pinch dogs. But this is the cocktail set. So there's 10 different ones. And I carved these inset, and the middle ones I carved outset just to give you a different perspective, especially on the pineapple, because these are really close to the same thing. That way you can kind of see what you think. But they're fun to carve. Really a lot of fun to carve. All of it done, all of the details done with a profile bit. And then I used did I use the 60 or the 90? I think I used the 90 to go around to make the fat lines around the outset and to do the background on the inset ones. Anyway, so that's the cocktail set. Really cool. Great job.
Gwenny says hi.
Hey, Gwenny.
Hi, Wendy.
anyway, so that's a cocktail set. That is on the website as well.
$25 a set. There's 10 in each. 10 different ones in each set.
10 different ones in the set, and they're on the website as we speak. And actually, we're going to be doing a giveaway in a few minutes here. We'll be doing a giveaway, and we're giving away a set to somebody that's watching. Okay, what else we got, babe? Oh, the end of this month, on the 26th, huh?
26.
Yeah, the 26th, Vicki and I, Dad is going to hold down the fort. Vicki and I are actually going to Alaska for about 6 days. We're going to do some fishing. We're going to do some business. And we are going through Seattle. And we're going to have a layover in Seattle. So like Dad and I did, what was that, a couple years ago?
Yeah.
A couple years ago.
When we flew to Alaska.
Yeah, when we flew to Alaska a couple years ago, we did actually a little meetup in at Seattle Airport, SeaTac. So we'll have a few hour layover, about a 2.5 hour layover, so we can do a meetup comfortably for about an hour. If there's anybody in the Seattle area that wants to hang out with us for an hour at Seattle Airport, about 11:15 to 12:15 is we get in about 10:45. So we think about 11:15 to 12:15, and then we got to get back on the plane.
And I decided not to go to Alaska. I was invited, but I'm getting to the point now where if I don't really need to leave the property, I just kind of want to stick around, just keep things going here. It's just it's what I like to do. So I'm just not ambitious like I was 50 years ago.
Well, and the other thing is we've got a lot, and you guys haven't heard about this yet, but we've got some really critical business stuff that's coming up that this month and next month are going to be really some, you guys will hear about it, but we're just not quite ready to announce it yet. But we're doing some business stuff on the other side of our business, not in the area of the YouTube videos, but on the product side of our business, some stuff that we're doing that we're really excited about.
Now I'm going to get a rotary attachment for my laser so that I can do some engraving on glass and on round items, so that it's just a different kind of stuff.
Like the tumblers and different
Tumblers
things. Yeah.
and cups and wine glasses and that sort of thing. And I'm going to be spending the next 2 or 3 weeks just learning what that's all about.
Diana says just don't leave the freezer door open while we're gone.
I'll try not to.
It's closed currently. She's the one that caught the freezer door open, I think, when we were broadcasting. Yeah.
Stephanie Littleton wants to know if I can do tool layout templates like hand saws, saw blades, hand tool templates. I have to see artwork, Stephanie.
That's a great idea.
That is a good idea. We
That's
could
a great
we could do stuff.
Just
and-
if you can send me some artwork of what you're talking about, send it to my email and I'll get in touch with you.
Or find the artwork and send us an email link to it.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I like that idea. That would be really cool. And that's,
I
yeah,
have some artwork.
yeah, that would be really cool. I like that idea. So that is, gosh, I just burned right through that stuff. I got through everything. Yeah, normally
All right, well, we got some questions, so hold on.
well, let's answer some questions.
A lot of congratulations to Brad.
Good. I don't plan on showing any misspelled signs this week, by the way, in case my son is watching.
Oh, Amy says she sees the cup you're drinking out of. Amy got that cup for Eric.
Oh yeah,
Which one is that?
it's
Oh yeah, the 5-window
Five
beer.
Window Beer Company.
That's an old 5-window Chevy on there.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
I didn't
Amy.
even notice that.
Yeah, 5-window
great.
Chevy. Yeah.
Huh.
Let's see, we got hello from Wisconsin. Taylor, South Carolina, Australia. George Smart says, hey Eric, what's your choice for wood if cedar is unavailable? I'm having trouble finding decent cedar in my area here in South Carolina.
I would say probably pine would be
Redwood.
Well, South Carolina, I don't think there's much redwood. If you can get redwood, then that would be probably my second choice. If not, the thing that seems to be prevalent and abundant in most places is pine. Just make sure you get it nice and get the select pine. Don't go with the real cheap stuff. That just becomes really problematic. That's what this stuff. This stuff is actually the cheap stuff, and it tends to cup and warp. This probably, if it sat outside for much longer, it probably would get a cup in it. So I would go with pine. Another thing that you might consider is poplar. I don't like the normal poplar, but white poplar I really like. That's quickly becoming one of my favorites.
Basswood is fairly easy to carve. It's a hardwood, but it's fairly easy to carve.
I hate it.
He doesn't like it, but it doesn't have any grain, so you don't have the router kind of jumping on you in the grain. So.
All right, Kelly Gingras says, can you do a road grader and dump truck? If you send me some artwork. Marty's Ramblings.
Yeah, Marty.
He says, my wife is watching y'all with me for the first time.
I saw that.
Hello,
Marty.
wife.
Welcome to the show.
He
Mrs.
didn't bother to mention her name, did he?
No.
That's Mrs.
Joe,
Ramblings.
Joe Murphy says, you guys take requests on letter sets. Send me an email, Joe.
Yes, we do.
Send me an email,
We
Joe.
take requests on a lot of stuff.
Diane Templar, first time in the chat. Thanks for all the videos.
Thank you, Diane. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, welcome to the chat.
David Martin says, when are you guys getting out here to Australia?
David Martin, boy, I'll tell you, that's one of my dreams is to get over to Australia. I would love to. You buy me a plane ticket and feed me, and I'm coming.
Yeah, it's been one of my goals too. I sort of would like to go to Australia while I'm still able. If I ever get a chance, I will. Alaska is no big deal. I went there once, and that to me, once in Alaska is enough.
Butch White says, what is your workday consist of? Oh my gosh. We don't have enough time for that
Oh
one.
boy. It starts at 3:30. 3:30 to about 6 o'clock is generally answering emails, comments. From 6 o'clock on, packaging orders.
I don't even get up till
Answering
6:30.
emails.
Answering emails, and then my day starts. If you were talking to me, if you're talking to somebody else, I don't know.
All right, Joseph, not Joseph. Justin Hillickson says, rolling on the floor laughing. That misspelling was hilarious story, but I think we've all done it. Add it to the wall of shame, I'm sure.
But Ryan's first one has done it live on camera, live stream.
Yeah, I've done it. I started this back in 1970, so I can't even remember all of the misspells that I've done.
Ryan says, Butch, they don't work anymore. They just fart around the shop. Yeah, right. Yeah. Marty says, is that Grandma's menu in the back a carved sign? No, it's not. It's an overlay.
Actually, it's an overlay sign. Yeah.
That's where we take the letters that we make for layout and actually glue those on a board and make it.
I sprayed actually, it's not a board. It's a picture frame, and that's the back. Turn it around. That's just the back of the picture frame, and I sprayed it with
chalk, black chalk paint.
I lost all my questions.
Oh no.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
So I sprayed it with
like the
chalkboard
chalkboard.
paint,
Yeah.
and then I just overlaid the letters. So.
Yeah. So
So
these
they-
are just laser cut letters. Yeah.
All right, Larry Green says, what difference does the moisture contact make on cedar pickets? Harder to cut? Question mark.
Moisture content.
Yes. So when you got too much moisture in a board, whether it's cedar, whether it's Doug fir, whatever it is, if you got too much moisture in the board, what will happen is down in the groove, number one, it'll kind of pack. The sawdust doesn't want to clear out of there. It's almost like it's too heavy or something. And the sawdust on the moisture, depending on the wood.
You get that same thing on a saw blade when you're sawing wet lumber.
Yeah. And then the other thing is that the chips that do fly out, they're gone, but there's a lot of them that seem to want to kind of hang on. So the wood is still, and I'm thinking of the cedar because I've had some like that. It becomes kind of stringy, and some of the chips just don't want to let loose. So it's just there's a lot of issues with
So
it.
what's the moisture content you consider to be ideal?
I like 8%, 10% or less. I've used 12. 14 is I'll wait. If it's 12 and I have to use it, I will. But I really like it 10 or under.
Yeah, you can buy your boards. Use a moisture meter to find the moisture content, and if they're above 10 or 12%, put them on sticks so that there's a little stick in between each board. Stack them up, and then especially in the spring and summertime, if you keep them protected from rain, they'll dry out in 2 or 3 weeks. They'll get down to under 10%, which is good for carving.
All right, I had a question here. Can you make your router base plates out of something less brittle? I've broken 2 in 4 years. That's Pat McKenzie.
Well,
I don't know if you
yeah,
could-
I could make them out of polycarbonate, but I have to machine that. I can't laser cut it. I could make them out of thicker material, but then they'd be more expensive. So
And rubber, if we make them out of rubber, they're a little too
you can't see
pliable.
through them.
Yeah.
So no, it's I decided I did a lot of experimenting, and I decided that the 1/4 inch acrylic was the best material. I know that it's brittle, and I know that it'll break, but any of your tools technically will break if they drop and hit right. So
Good point.
it just behooves you to not drop them. It's like that. It's like that commercial that used to be on TV. Says the way to keep from breaking your bones when you're old is don't fall. And I guess that's a good way. If you want to keep from breaking your router base, don't drop it.
Okay, we got time for one more, then we'll do the giveaway. Scott Boslow said, I got some live edge cherry. Is it easy to carve? Any tips that you could give?
I have carved live edge cherry. It actually carves pretty well. It's super solid, but it doesn't. At least the pieces that I've carved it 2 or 3 times. Vicky made some cutting boards, and it carves actually pretty well. If you've got the right router bits, it carves pretty well, and it looks beautiful with a finish on it. It will dull your bits faster than cutting softwoods like pine or cedar or redwood, but it carves really well. The pieces that I've carved didn't seem real grainy. It was pretty easy to hold a good line. So
Okay.
yeah,
We got one more. We can do one more. Susie McCoy says, what kind of moisture wood meter do you use, and where do I get it? I'm in Missouri. Everything.
Or just go on Amazon.
We've got one in our store.
we've got
Oh,
one
okay.
in our store, in our
Yeah.
Amazon store. But
Yeah,
you could find them on Amazon by just typing in moisture meter. Now, actually, Mark Wood Whisperer showed one this morning on Instagram, and it's a pinless, and you just put it over the board. But I had one of those, but I couldn't figure out how to use it. I probably didn't spend enough time to figure out how to use it because that's probably the best. The ones that we have that we got like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, it's got pins.
Yeah, they had
So
two
you
little pins. You just stick them in the edge of the board.
Yeah. So and those are fairly
But you
inexpensive.
can go to an Amazon store and find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was only what, $10, $15.
Yeah,
I
they're
think
not.
it's 15,
They're not
20
very
bucks.
expensive. They're
Yeah.
well worth what they cost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
15, 20 bucks. But and what will happen is you'll find, through experience, you'll be able to pick up a board and feel it, and you'll know whether there's too much moisture in it to carve a sign. It takes a while to get to that point, but most of the time I can pick up a board and guess within 3 or 4 percent how much moisture is in
Frank
it.
said he got his at Lowe's.
Yeah, another good way to dry them too. Once you get them stacked on sticks, just throw a piece of plastic over them, and then put an incandescent lamp underneath it, what's not touching anything, and that heat will just pull that moisture out of
And
there.
keep the air moving on it if
Yeah,
you
keep
can.
the
If
air
you can
moving if you can.
put a fan in there to keep that air moving across it, that will help too. Okay, so let's do the giveaway. So is this domestic only or is this international too?
Domestic.
Domestic only. Sorry, international people.
Yeah, it costs us $50 to send a package.
To
and
ship,
it's not
yeah,
gonna do it.
to Australia and all that. So, for you domestic people, we'll give a trivia question.
Since that came out, somebody just asked, Juan Manuel, I think he's in Argentina, asked if we ship abroad. Yes, we do, but you have to send me an email with your complete shipping address along with a list of what you want, and then I will send you a quote.
And what we do, we ship by DHL worldwide, but we need to know exactly where you are so that we can determine the weight of the package, and then we charge you exactly what they charge us. We don't, what if it's $39.95 that we pay, that's what you pay in freight.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
just,
All right.
it's
so
what we have to do to ship
you're
internationally.
welcome. So it is only domestic.
Okay. So, and by the way, the international DHL, I know it can be really pricey, but man, it's great service.
And they're fast.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
A lot of times people will get it in Australia or Europe before they get it in, before USPS gets it to New York. They're just superb, unbelievable. Can't believe how fast they
Yeah,
get
you
stuff
really
there.
have to pay for it, but they come
Man,
through.
it's
You know what? It's funny because, like, if for some reason DHL in Australia has a package and they can't get a hold of the person
yeah,
to deliver it to, they call me,
yeah.
and then I can get in touch with the person, and so there's a
Yeah, the
no
communication
lack of
is
communication. It's
amazing.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's a good service.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so last I'm gonna ask a trivia question. Hopefully you guys can get this, and it's gonna be the first answer that Vicky sees. So even though somebody may answer it, out of order, the first answer that Vicky sees that. Anyway, the first answer that she sees, that's the right answer.
Yeah.
The spelling doesn't have to be absolutely dead on.
No.
Last week, Ryan misspelled a word on a sign. What was the word that he misspelled last week? Go. So see if
Thinking.
anybody was
Paying
watching.
attention.
Or somebody's going back.
That doesn't count, Ryan. Marty's ramblings won. Ryan Garrett, you can't play. Marty won.
Woohoo! Good job, Marty. Was it you or your wife? This is your wife's first time watching.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Marty in Minnesota. That's where he lives, in Minnesota.
Okay, so Marty.
Great job. Marty's last name is Lean, I believe.
I don't know. Send me an
L-E-I.
email, Marty.
L-E-I-N, I think, or L-I-E-N, something like that.
Ryan said that sucks. You already got this set,
Yeah.
Ryan. Be
So
quiet.
everybody knows the word was mercenaries.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway.
Or Bruce Peter says mercantiles. It's
Or mercenaries. That's what it was. It was mercenaries.
Yeah, that was Frank. Yeah.
Somebody said, because he spelled it like M-E-R, canaries. So it was really
Marty,
funny.
send me an email, VickyWithDaveSigns@gmail.com.
He's in the computer. I know he
I know,
is. Yeah.
but yeah. Seriously,
All right.
I won. Thanks so
Yeah,
much. I never
it's all
win.
yours, Marty. We'll get those shipped out of here tomorrow for you. All right, boys and girls. Any other questions? We got about a minute. Any other questions? The month of June is going to be kind of hit and miss for me and Vic. Next week we're going on a day kayak trip. The week after we're going away for our anniversary for a couple days.
38 years.
Yeah, 38 years. We're not going away for 38 years, hopefully, just for a couple days. And then at the end of the month,
we're going to be doing videos when we're in Alaska.
absolutely. Yeah, you're going to definitely see some videos in Alaska. We got some really cool stuff going on. And you'll probably get some videos from Pine Top. We're going up to Pine Top, Arizona.
You have a real quick question.
Yep.
Dina Ginkel
Yes.
says, hey guys, can I mount the reflective glass beads with my last coat of polyurethane instead of in paint?
I don't see why not. I
Don't paint over them. Once you get them on there, don't paint over them.
But I don't see why you couldn't. The problem with that is when you put your finish on, everything's going to be sticky. So the glass bead's going to go it's going to stick to anything that's sticky. So if you only put, the way we normally do it is on outset letters in the paint, because the only thing that's sticky is the outset letters. If you put a coat of Varathane or whatever your finish is over the whole sign, and you put glass bead on it, it's going to stick to the whole sign. So just be aware of that. Unless you take finish and you just, with a paintbrush, rather than putting paint, you just put finish on your outset letters.
Thank you, Luther. He said congratulations on 38 years.
Oh, thank you, Luther.
Okay.
All right, that is it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that it? All right, boys and girls. Hope you guys have a great weekend. We've got some really cool stuff going on. Hope you like Monday's video. I'm really happy with the way this sign is coming out so far. So if you haven't subscribed, we'd love for you to subscribe and click that little bell icon so you get notified when we do videos. We'll be on again. I don't see why we won't be here next Friday night. We should be.
Here.
Yeah. So anybody in
If
the...
I'm still around.
Yeah. So if you are in the Seattle area and you want to hang out with us for an hour or so on the 26th, let us know. Shoot us an email or a comment or whatever. So anyway, guys, that's
Have a
it.
good weekend.
Have a great weekend, guys.